At this point, I think Colts fans know that we have the best linebacker room in the NFL, right? You're talking about Zaire Franklin, EJ Speed, Shaq Leonard, Grant Stewart, and Segan Alubi. So, for anything you want to say about Chris Ballard, one thing he knows is how to get a good linebacker. And what I want to do here is I want to highlight one of these linebackers because he's playing incredible once again. He's a guy that was a late round pick, ended up working his way up into starting lineup and is where he is now. You guys already know who I'm talking about. It's Zaire Franklin. He was drafted in the 7th round with the 235th overall pick in the 2018 draft. Right now, he's 27 years old, but he has been an absolute monster, a guy that is in the prime of his career. And the great news, for as good as he played last year and as good as he's playing this year, he signed a contract in the offseason for 3 years, $10 million. So having a guy that gets his kind of production for his price, I mean, we got a steal right there, right? And he's a team guy. You look at where his career started. He was on special teams for the first 3 years of his career, was supposed to be the first 4 years of his career. But of course, in 2021, the Shaq Leonard injury happens, and that whole situation starts up, and Zaire Franklin is a beneficiary. Because up to that point, 2018, he started 2 games. 2020, he started 2 games. And even in his first season, in those 2 games that he started, you could see the potential. He had 29 total tackles in those 2 games. He had a pass defended. So he showed as a rookie, when he gets in, he could be around the ball, right? And then 2019, he was only playing on special teams. But then 2020, again, he played in 2 games, started in 2 games, and played special teams the rest of the way and ended up with 19 tackles that season. But then the season where Shaq Leonard ends up getting the injury, he starts 11 of the 17 games and he only ended up with 40 tackles. But as I'm sitting here looking, that was also the one season where he played a different position. When he was filling in for Shaq, he wasn't playing the middle linebacker position. So he was being asked to do different things, play more in coverage. He ended up with an interception that season and had 2 passes defended. So he was asked to do other things in that position, and he was able to make plays happen, right? But obviously, 2021 didn't go the way the Colts wanted to by the end of it. And then 2022, right? You look at last season, first year where he's starting every game, and he didn't miss a game. He, by the way, has not missed a game his entire career. Whether he was playing special teams or defense, he has not missed a single game from 2018 to right now, right? So looking at last year, played all 17 games, ended up with 167 total tackles. 102 of those were solo tackles. 12 of those were tackles for loss. He had 3 sacks with 6 QB hits. Then you add on 2 forced fumbles, 6 passes defended. He had no interceptions, but 2022 Colts defense wasn't out there getting very many turnovers at all. So that's not really much of a surprise. But Zaire Franklin on his own was an absolute dog last year. And coming into this season, he's already on track to beat the numbers that he put up last year. Right, you look through 5 games so far. He has 69 total tackles. 43 of those are solo tackles. He has 2 tackles for loss, 2 QB hits already. He has 1.5 sacks already. He has a forced fumble. He has 2 passes defended. So coming into this season, he's once again doing it all, and he's already on pace to put up better numbers than he did last year. So Zaire Franklin being the guy that's in the middle of that defense, being the shot caller on the defense right now, and playing the way that he's playing. Like, those are the kinds of guys that you need on your team to make it successful. And he's a leader of that defense right now, him and DeForest Buckner. And at the end of the day, when you look at it like that, those guys being the leaders of the defense, it's no surprise that those are the guys that made that 4th down stop against Derrick Henry this past Sunday, right? When it's time to make plays, who are the guys that are going to make the plays? It's the best players on the field. And the best players on the field are usually the leaders of the team, and that's Zaire Franklin. And Zaire, we are lucky to have him. Again, lucky that he signed a 3-year, $10 million deal with only $4 million guaranteed. Right? And I say only $4 million. $4 million is a lot of money, but compared to what his price probably should be, this is a great deal for us. And because of that contract, they're going to be able to help give other guys like Kenny more money or give EJ Speed more money, right? Because if you look at EJ Speed, he signed a contract in 2023 offseason also, but his was only 2 years worth up to $8 million with 3.92 guaranteed. And with as much as he's playing and as well as he's playing, I would assume the incentives that he needs to earn more money, he'll at least come pretty close to. I think he'll be able to get there, and he's a guy that that's another deal for us. But we're able to retain guys like that because of guys like Zaire Franklin who take deals that are less than their value. Now we'll see if things stay that way. At some point, he may want to be getting paid a lot more, especially as he comes up on 30 years old, as well as he's been playing. Maybe he wants to, try to restructure his contract, make some more money. We'll see what happens there. But right now, we have a guy that is just going absolute ham, right? His tackles per game this season. He started with 17 against Jacksonville, 13 against Houston, Baltimore 15, the Rams and the Titans had 12 in each of those games. Like, I'm loving everything about the Zaire Franklin experience. Him and EJ Speed started a podcast, The Trenches. I watch that. If you don't, you definitely should. Zaire Franklin, EJ Speed are awesome. And that podcast is on YouTube, so you can check that out right after this video. All right, so with that, that is going to wrap this video up. I appreciate you stopping by to have a conversation about Zaire Franklin. Absolutely love this dude being on our team, leader of the defense. Like, we're so lucky to have him. He's going to be instrumental in helping us win this game this upcoming Sunday. All right, and whether you're new or returning, if you enjoy the content, please hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. We're almost to 1,000 subscribers on this channel. Pretty big milestone to hit. I appreciate if you help us get there. But until next time, as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go Colts.